apparently has had a massive heart attack this weekend and was airlifted to the hospital. And it doesn't – I mean, reports are a bit sketchy, and you could obviously you can understand why. This is personal, with him and his family, and you don't this is their business, but it doesn't sound good at all. It sounds like this is not going to end well.
No.
For Mike Leach, and it's tragic. I mean, I don't even know any other word to say, but certainly our thoughts and prayers are with Mike Leach and his family, and our fellow SEC football fans over in Starkville, Mississippi.
Andy, we poke a lot on this show.
Sure.
I mean, it's what we do, being Auburn people. I'm heartbroken right now because, there's not a lot coming out, and that's bad. It doesn't, like you said, I'm not going to announce anything because we don't know anything concrete, but it does not sound good at all. And Leach, for whatever you think about him, what an entertaining character, what an incredible offensive mind and career he's had. And for this to happen at this point, well, any time, but, coming off of a big Egg Bowl win and heading toward a bowl game and recruiting and everything, and it's just very, very sad. So we do lift up the Leach family at this time and hope for the best.
Certainly. Again, nothing. We don't know a whole lot, but I mean, again, it doesn't sound good. That's for sure. So we will certainly keep our that on the forefront, and if we hear anything, we'll pass it along to you for sure. No transition from that, so I won't try to make one. But Auburn, got some new coordinators. Apparently, the Philip Montgomery, the OC, Ron Roberts, the DC. The more I read about Philip Montgomery and his time at Baylor, his time at Tulsa. I mean, you look down here, and I went through and looked up every year, and basically, he was kind of a co-OC at Houston and was the quarterback coach there for basically 2003 to 2007. He became co-OC in like 06, 07, and you can see the production. But offensive coordinator at Baylor, co-offensive coordinator, and then sole offensive coordinator from 2008 to 2014. And you just start going down through some of these numbers, and it's not just, it's not just an air raid. Let's throw it, 70 times a game. He's balanced. He likes a downhill running game, a physical running game. But the numbers, it's very impressive, putting up points and scoring. So I'm pretty excited about Philip Montgomery if that's the case.
I echo that, Andy. Because we've been sitting here for a week with that OC and DC line blank, on the script. And I told you on the show, I wasn't that worried about offensive coordinator because of Hugh Freeze is and his reputation. But you throw this guy in with Hugh Freeze, I am very excited about our offensive production. We get the players in. Now, defensively, somebody on last night said, well, Aranda, who's a defensive guy, just fired this guy who's a defensive guy. What does that tell you? Well, I mean, that happens all the time, and I don't know a lot about Ron Roberts, and I don't know that much about Philip Montgomery, but reading Montgomery's numbers, I'm very excited about offense. Defense, I don't know. He gets in there with the other guys we've got on staff, and we'll see what happens. I mean, what's your thought on?
I don't know. Ron Roberts, never even heard of him.
Yeah, me neither.
That's one of those where you look at it and say, okay. So I went back and looked again at his numbers, and he's been a head coach. Been at Division II, was at Delta State, was a head coach there for about 5 years. They won a lot of games, and he was a head coach at Southeast Louisiana. Looking at their defense, I mean, I don't know what you can tell from that in the lower division. Was with Billy Napier at Louisiana as the DC beginning in 2018, and then of course Baylor here in 2020, 21, and 22. The numbers look.
21 looks good.
You talk about.
18 points a game.
You look at though, the Big 12. It's a high octane offensive league. At least it has been in years past. I look at and I think, okay, he got there in 2020 to Baylor. They gave up 29 points a game and 180 yards rushing a game. In the next year, they improved to 18.3 points per game and 118 rushing yards a year. That tells me
that's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference. I give him credit for that. Now, why did he get fired this year? Well, they went backwards a little bit. They gave up about 26 points a game and about 370 total yards, 137 on the ground. So, Baylor went 6-6 this year. Somebody, maybe it was one of those, and he and Aranda may not have had they may have had some disagreement about philosophy. Yeah. Maybe he was a sacrificial lamb. Anytime you get a new head coach, and you go backwards or you have a disappointing season, somebody's going to get fired.
Well, Andy, you go 6. That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. You go 6-6, and it might not just all be on the defensive coordinator's shoulders.
Yeah.
And like you said, he just might have been the one that Aranda said, we went backwards a little bit, fresh change. Our good friend Mike Means, who watches the show, a former high school coach friend of mine, texted me yesterday and said, so what do you think of Ron Roberts? And I said, who?
Yeah.
I said, I had to go look him up. But let's trust Hugh Freeze.
Sure.
Right? I mean, seriously, Andy, I'm going to say this because, the Auburn staff member that's a friend of mine that I won't name, I talked to him this morning, and I said, how's Coach Freeze, what's his day like? Or what time does he come into the office? And he said, I don't know. He said ever since he did that press conference, he's been on the road recruiting. Hugh Freeze has been recruiting every minute since he walked out of that press conference. So that's a refreshing change, dadgummit, and I'm going to trust a guy like that.
No question. From what I understand, Roberts is a big-time pressure guy. He's not one of these bend and break. I mean, he is we're going to dictate, we're going to pressure, we're going to cause turnovers, we're going to give the offense as many possessions as we can.
Not going to rush through and drop eight.
That fits in well with Hugh Freeze and certainly Philip Montgomery's philosophy. So it seems like it's a good fit for all this, for the offensive, defensive type scheme. So that in itself is good.
Yeah.
We're up against a break here. Don't go anywhere. We'd love to hear from you. 256-234-6221. Phone lines are open when we come back.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks discounted up to $9,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off, or payments as low as $369 a month. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. You'll be glad that you did. We were talking about Auburn's new OC and DC, Philip Montgomery, been around for quite a few years, been at Houston as an OC, been at Baylor back when Robert Griffin III was there, won a Heisman Trophy. Those offenses were absolutely prolific. You just think about, going back to Baylor, just think about 2010, starting in 2010. 475 yards and 31 points. 2011, 587 total yards, 45.3 points. The next year, 572 and 45 points. The next year, 600. They averaged 618 yards and 52.4 points. The next year, 581 and 42 points. Then he goes to Tulsa, 507 total yards, 37 points. 527, 42.5 points. 420, 29, and then it just kind of it hovers around when he got to Tulsa around that 420, 430 average probably from his time there. So he's just a really impressive offensive guy. It's not just, I mean, he is a downhill running guy, but, I mean, they throw the ball for all over the place. And that time at Tulsa, I think in 2016, they were I believe it was 2016 in Tulsa, they were the first program to ever have, I believe it was a 4,000-yard, or maybe it was 3,000-yard passer, 2 1,000-yard rushers, and 2 1,000-yard receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn hadn't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 1999. They had 2 at Tulsa in 2016. So
and a 3,000-yard passer.
And a 3,000-yard
How do you
passer.
do that? I mean,
and 2 1,000-yard rushers.
Look.
That's, spreading the ball around. You got to have the guys to do it. But
well, imagine the glee, the delight that he feels right now. First of all, he's joining forces with Hugh Freeze, who's one of the great offensive minds in the country. Nobody can doubt that. You're coming to a place like Auburn that has the resources to bring in anybody that will come. I couldn't be more excited about our offense. I really couldn't. And I like the fact, Ty said that his cousin's a Baylor fan and that Ron Roberts, who we talked about, he likes pressure. And he is a good recruiter. That was one of the questions on social media. What kind of recruiters are these guys? Evidently, Ron Roberts is an excellent recruiter and will bring in dudes, and that bodes well.
Yeah. Philip Montgomery was also a running back coach, and, they had some pretty good receivers and running backs at Baylor over the years. So, Ron Roberts, hopefully that will bode well, and he will be able to come in and improve this Auburn defense. They will be able to get some pressure. That was one of the things that's been a concern for Auburn, not being able to get to the quarterback in the last couple of years. Wes, our from Mississippi State, I'm sure y'all have already mentioned this. My mother is a nurse at the hospital where Leach is at. Doesn't look good. ICU. Please pray for the mic. Leach and family. Thanks. Yeah, we did. We kind of opened the show with that, Wes. That's everything that we're hearing. It just really doesn't look good. It apparently is a pretty dire situation for Mike Leach, and that is just tragic. We were talking to JJ before that, before the show today, and was like, I can't remember, a coach in the SEC or even really a coach in any, major team that just died on the job.
Yeah.
I can't remember that happening. I mean, it's just such an odd thing to see a coach and really, I mean, I don't guess Mike Leach is in his prime, but he's not, he's not old by any means. No. And, so it's kind of a shocking developing story, but again, certainly, yes, prayers and go out to the Leach family and that whole situation and the whole Mississippi State football program. But back to this, back to Auburn trying to you always wonder about how the chemistry between the coaching staff. Mm-hmm. How will Hugh Freeze – is Hugh Freeze going to call plays? Is Philip Montgomery going to call plays? Philip Montgomery's been a play caller, I would have guessed. I don't know if he called plays as the head coach at Tulsa, but did Art Briles call plays at Baylor or did Philip Montgomery? I'm not 100% sure about that. But they were able to meld their philosophies together. Will Hugh Freeze and him be able to do that? Kind seamlessly. You know, Gus always seemed to there was always a lack of chemistry. It seemed like when he brought in, I mean, him and Rhett Lashley had good chemistry, but for everybody else that he brought in, it just never seemed to work that way. Can you do that? That'll be a big question. We'll see. We probably won't know that until we get on the field. Up against another break here, but don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Have finally moved into that beautiful new office there on 49 in Dable, right before you get to Stillwater.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they got the sign up outside. Got the parking lot's still got some little bit outside's part of it, but I think they're in the building.
Andy Graham Enterprises is going to be in there at any point?
At some point. Once I figure out what those enterprises are, I definitely will rent some office space there. Unfortunately, Auburn loses their first game of the year. They fall to Memphis over in Atlanta, 82-73. They were down. I mean, this kind of second half lead blossomed up to, I don't know what the highest, it was 14 at one time.
14 or 15.
14 or 15 maybe. So Auburn cut it back to 9 to finish it off. But it was like I think it was a 5 or 6 point game at the half as well, maybe 38-32, something like that. Auburn they just never really could get anything going. It seemed like look, to me, just watching, it looked like Auburn, number one, they got hammered on the boards, which I didn't think that would happen very often this year. It looked like they were sloppy with the basketball. They had 15 turnovers, but I looked and doggone, Memphis had 19 turnovers.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But the thing about it is Memphis took more advantage of it. They had 19 points off Auburn's turnovers. Auburn can only manage 11 points off those 19 turnovers. Memphis was more efficient. They hustled. They looked like they out-hustled Auburn, certainly on the boards, and they dominated the paint. I mean, that's the bottom line. Auburn really got slapped in the face here in this game, and now what are they going to do about it? So that was my take. What was yours?
Well, that's exactly right. And, Andy, I felt Coach Pearl's frustration, and Coach Pearl came out and said, I got out-coached. We got outplayed. It was the type of basketball. I wish I could talk to my good friend Jeff Hines. I would like to see how he feels about the things that I observed. It looked like a game that you could see at Rucker Park in New York City there for a little while, which is exactly the type of game that Auburn and Memphis like to play, okay? But the main takeaways for me was this. Their defensive plan was much better than ours. They wanted us to beat them with the three, and they knew we couldn't do it. We shot 25% from three. They were inside the three-point line except when they guarded the ball, which is probably what we should have done. We're out there 40 feet from the basket guarding guys, and they're going by us like we're standing still, and now they've got a 5-on-4. They're straight line drives, that these announcers like to call it, which means straight to the basket. They got by us. They were more athletic than we were on this particular day, and just had a better game plan. And so now we learned a lot from this one. And, Andy, the other stat that we only had 2 block shots Saturday. We've been averaging 8 or 9 blocks a game. We only had 2 block shots.
Only 6 steals.
6 steals. And I'm going to say this. My wife's going to be really mad at me if she's watching the show because she loves K.D. Johnson. I love K.D. Johnson. But, when you're mugging for the camera and getting high fives down the sideline, and at the same time the basketball's going over your head to the other end of the floor and they're shooting layups, I got a problem, okay? I can't believe the number of times that we didn't get back on defense and the ball went over our heads, and you saw it. So, and that is not characteristic of a Bruce Pearl coach team. And all of that manifested itself into that technical foul at the end of the game. I've been there. I've got them. I don't know that was a foul. Looked like Davis's foot might have made contact. But that was just accumulation of his frustration all afternoon. But hopefully we'll take our lessons from this and learn and be a better team down the road. We have to learn, Andy, to win games at neutral sites and on the road. You and I have talked about this before. You come in Neville Arena, good luck to you. But we have to pick up That would have been a quad one win for us. It's a quad one win for Memphis that would look good come tournament time. And we've still got 2 more opportunities to do that next week out west. But, man, that was a stinker.
It was not good. Yeah, I mean, it was just look, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's a loss to a good team.
Very good team.
At a neutral site. And Auburn, let's be honest, they've been flirting with this for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
With the Northwestern barely pulling that one out. And
St. Louis.
By all rights, St. Louis had Auburn at home.
Yeah.
In Neville Arena. So Auburn has been fortunate. Now, you can also chalk that up and put it the other way and say, okay, yeah, but Auburn did win those games because they are a veteran team, because they got a lot of grit, because they got a lot of good players, because they are a good team. They were number 11 in the country for a reason. So how do you respond to this? That's the question. Mm-hmm. You get Georgia State Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Auburn's going to be, that's a game that they should win and win comfortably.
Yeah.
And hopefully they will do that. But, I mean, you got to figure some things out. We talked about last week, Bruce Pearl challenging the freshmen. Well, apparently it fell on deaf ears.
Yeah.
Or either they're incapable of responding, one or the other. Because Johan Traor and Chance Westry combined for a grand total of 0 points.
20 minutes on the floor, no points. Yeah, together.
So, right now, those 2 guys are a disappointment.
Alan Flanagan, 27 minutes on the floor, 5 points. So, I mean, yeah. And Alan's capable of going off. It's just, and we still have time. But I say we still have time. But, Andy, we're kind of running out of time. We're about to jump in the league in 3 games.
Yeah.
And once we jump in that league, you know how tough that is. So I promise you, I'm telling you, Bruce Pearl and his staff and those players probably watch more film than any Division I program that I know of. I mean, they live in the film room. And I'm quite sure that they will use this as a positive to learn and grow from this loss. But, I mean, Memphis is a very, very good basketball team.
Sure. Well, as they say, you learn probably more from a loss than you do from a win.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and Bruce will make some adjustments, and I'm sure this team will be better for it. But as you mentioned, they go out west. They go to USC and Washington to kind of finish out the out of conference season before you begin the SEC gauntlet, and that's going to be tough because the league's pretty good this year. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Only about 20 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Let's see here. Ty says, I think Memphis was just too physical for Auburn Saturday. I think that's probably, I would agree with that. That's accurate. Wayne says, we need threes. We need Berman on the floor. Lior Berman. Maybe, and we need somebody to make some for sure. Yeah. Luke says, Memphis has beaten Ole Miss, Vandy, and Auburn, and now have Alabama tomorrow and Texas A&M Saturday. Kudos to Penny for playing a lot of SEC teams. Smart move. Yeah, definitely.
Where is that game tomorrow? Is that in Tuscaloosa? In Memphis?
I don't.
Luke, let us know.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
I buy a premium ticket to watch that game.
Ty says, I am predicting Alabama will beat Memphis tomorrow night. Auburn needs a three-point shooter. Yeah, everybody seems to think that Auburn, and that's one of the criticisms you hear about there. And look, and nobody wants to, no Auburn fan, it is in Tuscaloosa. Okay. No Auburn fan wants to criticize Bruce Pearl. And look, I think you can criticize, game aspects and, why do we do this? Why have we not done this? That's fine. Everybody still loves Bruce Pearl. I don't think anybody's going to confuse just because you say, I wish we'd have done this differently or whatever. Everybody loves Bruce Pearl. That's fine. I mean, that's not in question.
Bruce is as frustrated as we are,
yeah,
Andy.
So why have we not gone out and and looked for and brought in a dynamic shooter? And I thought, I thought that's what Chance Westry was supposed to be.
But he's a freshman.
But he is a freshman.
I mean, look, we hit the jackpot with Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, and we got spoiled. And I don't think that Bruce recruited a bunch of non-shooting guards. I think K.D. Johnson can shoot. I think Zep Jasper can shoot. I think Wendell Green can shoot it. We just hadn't been consistent enough putting it in the basket, and Chance Westry's a freshman. So, and Leo Berman is a dead-eye shooter, but might be a little bit of a liability on the defensive end, and we're going to hang our hat on defense. We just didn't hang it on defense.
Yeah, I was going to
Saturday.
say, if we're going to hang it on defense, we better play better than we did
Saturday. Yeah. We didn't.
That's for sure. Auburn does get a couple of flips on the recruiting trail, so apparently all of Coach Freeze's hard work is starting to pay off a little bit. Colton Hood, who was committed to Michigan State, this is Roderick Hood's nephew, I believe. So several other people in the family.
I think Dad played at Auburn too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I forgot. Let's go to the phone line. I apologize.
You left James hanging.
I did. Hey, James, you're on the Auburn Blitz. Hey, James, you with us?
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing today?
How y'all doing?
Good.
James.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say we give Bruce all the praise. Let's criticize. This is the worst constructed team he done had. And if you goes back, he never have no low post. Why don't we have all these big centers, but they never develop no offensive skills around the goal? Why is that? You had Big Watt, no offense. You got the Walker kid, no offense. You got my main man now, Caldwell, no offense. You can't post up nobody. You can't even post up Jalen Williams. He don't even look like he know what he's doing around the goal. Why is everything that's predicated just around the top of the key? Pass around, then them little 5'5" guards jack it up from half court. This is the worst constructed team that he done put out there on the floor. And I know people gonna say, well, he's 8-1. Yeah, he's 8-1. He could be 5-4. Nick Saban 10-2, but he could be 8-4. So put it this way: out of these, and then go with Trayon. I know we talking about Trayon and Gabriel now. They ain't doing nothing with him. They put him in the game. He just roaming around. They ain't setting up no sets for him. They ain't posting him up. They ain't do. I don't even know if he know how to shoot.
James, you know, I'm an old school basketball coach, and I agree with you. I think I'd fall out of my lounge chair if I ever saw a post-to-post screen in the low post. I just
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And this ain't just this year, Dave. It's been going on for years.
Yeah. The game is changing, and there's trends, James, and everybody goes along with it. But now the thing with Janai Broome was that he has some low post moves, but we're just not seeing enough of those yet, for sure.
Just not seeing it. And I'm finna shock you guys. Out of this talent, out of the 1 through 13, I'm going to leave Trayon out because I ain't seen enough. They ain't did nothing with him to let me know if he can play or not. Out of these 13 guys, if they told me, James, you got a chance to pick off of any players on Auburn, Locha Polka, Auburn High, Beulah, Beauregard, who would you choose? It ain't but one player and a half now, that I would chose off this Auburn team. That Caldwell, and I chose half of KD. The rest of them, I don't even know why the coach's son is playing. Jalen Williams was a 5-star. He ain't got no game. Or either Bruce ain't now allowing no game to flow. Them little 2 5'5" guards that we bring in some more 5'5" guards next year. I like them, but I'm not that great in love with them. I could have found that at those 4 guys. So what do you have over there, man? You got one for me now, Dave. I don't know about you, because you know you're the coach and you got to be in with the network and you can't say nothing negative. Out of those guys, it ain't but one player that I would really have, and that's Caldwell. And the other half is J.D. Johnson, KD.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. Out of them guys, if you started as your team, who would you get over there, Dave? So don't get, I know you got to do this coaching speak, but is it the worst construct? They beat people off for hard. Now, they play hard, and that's the only reason they win, because they beat people hard. No shooters, no low. Somebody on the team got to be low post besides Broome.
Well, James, that's what I'm saying. I'd go with.
Let's say it. Let James, we got to go to break. I'll let David answer that when we come back, okay? Thank you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just one final segment in today's show. We got a phone call holding, but we want to answer James's question right quick.
James, I agree with you about K.D. Johnson. I'd like to see him start instead of come off the bench. We need more minutes out of him. And I'm going to go with Janai Broom, but he needs to be used in that low post. He does have some low post acumen. We just need to see more of it. So there's my answer.
And Jalen Williams, I love him, but he's just so inconsistent. And I don't think that's on Bruce. I think that's on Jalen Williams.
That's right.
Let's go back to the phone line. Get another James. James A. James A., you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Yeah. Hey, Andy and Coach, how y'all doing today?
James, what's up?
Oh, not much. Got 3 quick questions. 1, what's it looking like on Keesaw and Smith? 2 boys from over in Montgomery. 1. And 2, does it look like Etheridge is staying in the linebackers coach, what's his name, Johnson?
Christian Robinson?
Robinson.
Yeah, Robbins, yeah, okay.
as far as I know, Zach Etheridge and Christian Robinson will be retained on staff.
Good.
That is my understanding. Smith and Russo, look, I mean, if I had to put money on it right now, I'd say they go to Alabama, but they've been to Auburn a ton of times. The new coach, I think Auburn's in it, and I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they ended up at Auburn, but I mean, they can come in and start day one. That's got to be a factor, and I'm sure it might come down to NIL, and from everything we've heard, Auburn's committed to say, we're not going to lose anybody because of NIL anymore. So that makes me feel good about it. So I think it's a puncher's chance.
Good deal. Well, listen, y'all are the best. It's good to talk with you. Didn't mean to catch you right at the end of the show.
That's all right.
Thank you,
Appreciate it, James.
All right.
Bye-bye.
War Eagle. You know, it's we'll see what happens with that, but those would be – I mean, you want to talk about a recruiting coup if you could bring those guys in. That would bolster that class, and that would really give Auburn a leg up, and it would really, I think, it would, or it would just show, I think, the amount of work that this new staff had put into trying to salvage this class, for sure.
I agree, Andy, and also there's a ton, well, not a ton, but there's some really, really good names, SEC players, that are out in the portal now.
Sure.
That I know we're working on. It's been really quiet, but I think we're going to hear more and more as the days roll on here.
Defensive line, offensive line, those are two of the positions that you have. I mean, you really have got to start hitting some doubles and triples here. Singles ain't gonna do it at this point. No. But
well, Andy, I don't know that we can count the number of nights that Hugh Freeze's head has hit a pillow in Auburn, Alabama. I mean, he's on the road recruiting constantly, and that comes from people that know. So, and what a refreshing change from what we know was going on previously.
Quite a bit, for sure. It is December the 12th on this day, 1966. It took the United States Supreme Court voting 4-3 to allow the the Braves to move to Atlanta. But I'm glad that they did.
From Milwaukee, correct?
From Milwaukee, yeah. 1992 on this day, Gino Torretta won the Heisman Trophy and then went and got hammered by Alabama and made to look foolish. You know, I never see Gino Torretta in the Heisman house.
Yeah.
Do they not let him in?
I don't know if he's not on the list.
He's not on the list right now, yeah. 2011, Robert Griffin III won the Heisman. That, again, is relevant today, certainly because Philip Montgomery was his offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. Yeah. And nice to have a Heisman winner under your tutelage. I think that speaks well of him, for sure.
Have you seen him on any of the RG3 on any of the telecasts?
I have.
Yeah, he doesn't do a bad job.
He doesn't. It's.
I mean, not one of my favorites, but I mean, it's not a train wreck.
No, it's maybe he's getting better.
Yeah.
Let's say that. He's getting a little better.
Improving with time.
Maybe. Like, what can you say but of all of us? Can we improve with time?
Absolutely.
Happy birthday today, Edward G. Robinson, one of the great actors. You know, he was Little Caesar. He was in the Ten Commandments.
Okay.
He was in Soylent Green, for crying out loud.
Wow. What role did he play in the Ten Commandments?
I forget. He was one of the Israelites. I think maybe, I don't know.
Well,
I'm not 100%.
There were a few of those in the movie.
Yeah. Frank's the old blue eyes, Frank Sinatra.
Yes, sir.
Born on this day, 1915. Bob Barker is 99 years old today. The man is still kicking. He's somewhere he is beating up
the price is
Adam
wrong.
Sandler. The price is wrong. Man. Bob Barker, happy birthday today. The man is 99 years old.
Wow.
Bob Pettit, Hall of Famer in the NBA. Dionne Warwick. What are friends for? That's what friends are for, Dave.
What do you get when you fall in love? Do you know the way to San Jose?
There you go, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm a Rambling Man.
Yeah.
He kind of took over when I guess that this was after Dwayne Allman died. he kind of became the lead guy.
Yeah.
It kind of, the band changed a little bit, but it was still great.
Yeah.
Tracy Austin, tennis player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1962. I love the name. He was a receiver for the Oilers. I don't know if you remember. Haywood Jeffries.
I do remember.
What a great name.
Yep.
Haywood Jeffries.
Yep.
John Randall, defensive lineman for Minnesota Vikings.
Mhm.
People said he was crazy.
Yeah.
He always wore the war paint and everything. Even though he was black, you couldn't really see it. But he was crazy. I mean, he was kind of crazy. Jennifer Connelly, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Just lovely.
There's your star birthdayer today.
That's it, yeah. 1970, and Ronnie Brown, our very own Auburn Tiger. Ronnie Brown, born on this day, 1981. Now, of course, the sideline reporter for the Auburn Tigers, the Auburn Network.
Legend.
Yeah. And I'm glad he's back. He too has gotten better and better with time.
And Jason Campbell as well. They do a good job.
That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's David. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.